Week 2 of the New Orleans Saints OTA practices are officially underway. And with that being said, day 1 of week 2 is wrapped up here. So we have a little bit of news, notes, some highlights, and some observations, but this won't be too long of a video. Now, as we get more and more into OTAs, media will be allowed to film more. They'll be able to release more observations and whatnot, so make sure you guys stay tuned for more of these videos. This one is probably going to be relatively short, just going to break down some of the highlights, but more importantly, some of the takeaways from another OTA session here in New Orleans. Now, before we jump into the video, I actually want you guys to do me a favor and comment down below a player or maybe 2 players that you think could absolutely break out here for the Saints this season. It could be a rookie, a second-year player, a veteran who hasn't maybe taken that next step yet, or maybe someone they just signed in free agency, right? Comment down below a name or 2. For me, one guy I think could absolutely jump off the page this season is wide receiver, former 6th rounder from last season, A.T. Perry, man. Big body, big frame, a guy who can go up and get a lot of big time catches. I think he's going to come in here, make a lot of, plays in OTAs and training camp, and I think he's going to carve himself out a starting job with this team, especially Rashid Shaheed is out with the sickness right now, so he'll be back soon, but a lot more reps to go around, and A.T. Perry's been a guy who has, looked pretty good so far, so I want to continue to see how he does going forward. Another guy looking to take a major jump up is Kendre Miller. So those are my 2 guys, in my opinion, who I think could break out this season. Comment down below yours. And with that being said, let's jump a little bit into the video. Now, some of the biggest takeaways from today was Taysom Hill was with the tight ends. There's been days when he's working with the quarterbacks, the running backs, the wide receivers. Today, back with the tight end. So shout out to Taysom Hill, right? And then there's a UDFA, a cornerback who looked really special today. Now, if you guys don't know, his name is Millard Bradford. Now, this dude is a DB, right? He's a safety, kind of corner. He plays a couple of different positions here. He's definitely a little bit versatile for this defense. And today, he looked really good. I think he came with 2 interceptions. I think both of them actually came on, I believe, Spencer Rattler, as well. So he had 1 in 7s on 7s and another one in team drills as well. So big shout out to UDFA safety Millard Bradford, definitely taking a step up here today and making a name for himself today. Spencer Rattler not having the greatest days in the world, those 2 interceptions, but it's okay. We still haven't seen Lattimore or Kamara. Rashid and Adebo were also absent. We know Rashid was out with an illness. But it's been pretty consistent over here in New Orleans. I feel like Derek Carr, Jake Haener, and Rattler still working through some difficulties. But at the end of the day, they're just, trying to get acclimated again to the start of OTAs and mandatory minicamp in just a few days away. So they're going to continue to ramp it up, continue to make strides, and look better as time goes on. But right now, I think it's very early. Won't know really too much more until the pads officially come on in this contact, right? But I feel like they're off to a really good start, man. A lot of these guys are looking good. The Chris Olaves, the A.T. Perrys, right? The Kendre Millers, getting in some extra reps. But also some of these UDFAs, the guys who are taking advantage of reps, man, right? That's what we want to see the most of, right? So Millard Bradford, he's a guy you guys need to continue to look out for, as well as, some other guys like the Peyton Turner, is a former first-round pick back in 2021. This is kind of a year where he's got to show something, right? And we also got some big news. I'm going to play a little bit of footage from the coach, Dennis Allen, what he had to say after practice. Going to keep you guys, up to date with that. But we did hear something along the line of one of their edge rushers is going to be out for the season, it looks like. We're going to hear about that in a second, but make sure you guys join the family, hit the like button, subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Saints for the rest of the season. OTAs, minicamp, training camp, preseason, everything we think of. Got you guys covered, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take a listen to these press conference from Dennis Allen. Me when I walk, I spin, baby. Looking in the
Stands out. There's two things really that stand out. His enthusiasm and his energy. All right, that stands out to me, and his speed stands out to me. So I think those are two, characteristics that we're going to lean on. Obviously, coming into a new system, he's still learning what he's going to be asked to do, and so there's a little bit of a learning curve with that. But the guy comes in and works his tail off every single day, and has a great attitude about playing the game of football. I'm excited about watching him grow and watching him improve.